beauties. I just wanted to take a second to introduce myself. Completely new channel. I made a video today for Capricorn, and if it resonates with you, give it a like, subscribe, let me know, leave a comment. I'll definitely respond. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. You're gonna see me go through the shuffling process very quickly. I just do that so that way you can see that the actual cards that fall out are the ones that were intended for you. It's not like, I'm going behind the scenes and I'm shuffling it, and no. It's there for you to see, and then I translate it for you. All right? So I hope you like it, and let me know. Mwah.
On the floor where you left me, I think I took too much. I'm crying here. What have you done? I thought it would be fun. I can't stay on your life support. There's a shortage in the switch.
Hey Capricorns. So, hands down, I have to say, out of I haven't done too many, maybe 4 now. This one was definitely the more difficult one. I kept having multiple distractions. I don't know, I just couldn't get it done. So, I don't know. I don't know what that means to you guys. I don't know if you guys have a lot of distractions in your lives. You can't get what you need to get done. But I definitely felt that way when trying to do your reading. So the way that the reading starts out with these 2 cards here to help you understand what they symbolize is you start off with the world, and the world can symbolize the wreath going all around, can mean something coming full circle. And again, I like to say a lot of times, whatever that means to you, because this could be the end of a cycle, the end of one situation or cycle that you were going through. It's come to an end, and now you have the new beginning with the sun. And but then it's like you're going through a period of either trying to balance or contemplation between 2 things. Like whatever it is, it's like you can't find solid footing. The seas behind this gentleman here are very rocky, but he's paying so much attention to his balancing act and what he needs to do. And then no matter what, these 2 things are tied in. It could be family life or work life, or your relationship and your family. Whatever those 2 things might symbolize to you, you're spending so much time trying to juggle them both. And a lot of times, it takes me some time to come up with, or not to come up rather, but to be able to really interpret all the cards in front of me, because I don't know, I just feel like I really have to think things out, right? And this kind of what this reading kind of symbolizes, because this here means taking action, right? I'm ready to take the action. And she would typically be someone you symbolize, or your people see you as this Queen of Wands. And she's a person who's fiery individual, a person who takes action, a person who's passionate in her ways, driven. She's the woman to take action, but I'm not entirely sure if you're contemplating an action, if you're trying to think things through before taking an action. Or you're contemplating or trying to balance 2 things. Then comes the action, which makes you into this more this person who's sure in her ways and knows what to do, who's intuitive and knows what needs to do at some point. And then after you take the action, now you go from being, I don't know what to do, to this gentleman who can sit in the middle of the ocean and everything be completely calm, but he's found a balance. So at some point, you're going to see, or you're going to get better footing. You're definitely going to get the better footing. Cap, your reading is so hard to do. It's almost like I can't even find my words. So, I mean, are you going through that where you can't even find your words? You don't even know what to say? Because a person like the High Priestess, in her mind, she knows all. But she doesn't say anything. And this gentleman here, the King of Cups, he's found the balance in his emotions. So no matter how rocky the seas are, he's still on even footing. So it's either where you have to make a transition to where you're trying to find your balance, to where you see clearly, you take an action so that way you can see clearly and become more balanced and find strength and become fertile. The end of a cycle to a new beginning, to finding balance and taking action. And the way she looks over here is like she's looking towards her intuition. Her action leads her to look inward towards her intuition. And through her intuition, the action she takes leads her to be more balanced and find strength and become this beautiful I don't know. Out of all the readings that tell you, you have to take action because of fights, because you can't make a decision, you can't see clearly. The person you're supposed to become, it's almost like you have to put in a lot of work. You're going to have to put in work to become this last row, which is someone balanced in their emotions, someone who's strong, someone who's strong enough to tame a lion, and who is very fertile, where everything that she wants, she creates. And I use the word her or she, but it's vice versa, where it's a he or a she. It doesn't really matter here, gender, no gender specific. But to be the blessings, because the Hierophant here, he'll come, and when you see, sorry, I have so many cards out, is because I start pulling from here to get some more insight, and I end up making a mess, right? So with the Hierophant, for any of you who are Hispanic, I mean, I don't really know, but all I really know is how to say it in Spanish. Terrible, huh? This here's like la bendición, right? When you see your mother or your grandmother or your great-grandmother, you go and you say bendición. It's like you're giving the blessing, right? So in order to receive the blessings, know that there's work to be put in and hard work. So there's 3 parties here, and this gentleman here is chipping away to create something beautiful. He's creating what would be as a cathedral or a beautiful building, but he's putting in so much work. To receive justice, your justice. But then, like, when you look at what comes out, right? Hard work. This is where you stand now, where you're choosing not to see, right? You have 3 2s. I'd be curious to know what the number 2 symbolizes. But you're left here, you're blindfolded. Now, the reason why that lady is blindfolded is because she put the blinders on. She didn't want to see. Or she can't see. And now she has 2 decisions to make. And it's all in her thoughts. Swords represents thoughts. Because of fights, you can't see eye to eye with the person, and you chose to stay blind to it, or no matter what, there's going to be hard work at play here, no matter what really happens. But it's almost like the action, sorry about that, I'm moving things. The action is taken here. The swords, just know that these wands, my apologies. These wands represent an action being taken. So, I don't know. Do you take action? Because all of these cards beyond it are just so great. They're so beautiful. The High Priestess is someone who's completely like in tune. She knows all, but she doesn't tell all. This gentleman here, balanced in his ways. He's the caregiver. He's so nurturing. So, I mean, as a king and a queen, do you have someone like this in your life? Or is this a transition of you, where you're trying to balance 2 things, balance your family life, your work life? You take some form of an action that makes you a stronger individual, more in tune, more balanced and strong. And this is the new beginning. Like, if you see the new beginning here, the sun is in line with the way this person is now acting. Capricorn, you are an earth sign. And an earth sign would typically be depicted by something in Pentacles, a Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. But here in the center, you're being represented as a person who's passionate in their ways, someone who's the center of attention when they walk in a room. All eyes are drawn to her, kind of thing. You see, she's right in the center. So your new beginning leads you into this direction, into being that type of individual, gaining strength from it all, from the new beginning. Are you involved with a water sign? Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. These are 2 people here, and the religion brings together 2 people at the foot. Do you need to go in a more traditional route and tap into your spirituality to become more in tune with what's going on, to be able to see clearly. I'm telling you, Capricorn, this was definitely a doozy for me because I couldn't really... I would love to know if any of it really resonates with you because... Sorry, I'm trying not to get sick here, but I think I still am. What's going on? What's the fighting? Because this is underneath the underlying energy, and the underlying energy was the Hierophant. This gentleman would be depicted as someone as the priest. He is the counterpart to the High Priestess. So you have two very religious, heavily religious cards. Overlooking two people. So are you fighting in a relationship? Overlooking two people who, one just doesn't want to see clearly or choose not to see clearly, and it's just fighting going on. Arguments, not seeing eye to eye. No one's letting up. But here comes almost like a higher power. Like, he almost looks like stop the nonsense. Let me pull a card so I can get some idea, because you definitely got to take action, Kat. Like, I mean, that's the only thing I can think here as the main underlying, because whatever action it is, it pushes you in this direction. Because right now, let's say if this is how you're acting now, because I'm not saying, hey, this is a February, March reading, January. I'm not saying any of that. I am just like, what if this is how you're currently acting now, where you're trying to balance all these things, whatever they may be, and the seas feel a little bit rocky. You're trying to balance it all, and you're having trouble finding your footing. That could be how you are now. And through action, you can have all of this, the characteristics of what all this could be, or the union between two strong individuals, both having their strong suits, where one is more fiery and acting in that fiery nature, passionate and strong-willed, and this woman would be represented by a lion, so that speaks volumes about who she could be. And this gentleman here, who can balance himself completely throughout the rocky seas, despite the rocky seas, rather. I mean, it's interesting, but through action, better things come. Not through stagnation, because if you stay stagnant like this guy, right, not balancing, I'm trying to balance so much, that you could stay lost in that. So this is what comes out for you, the Three of Air. Great sadness. Take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself or others. So, I mean, all the cards that represent water, you see the water You have a lot of deep emotion, let's say that, because all the water that goes on here, rocky seas, through action is where it actually calms. And it's almost like this water keeps streaming down to the waterfall of the Empress. But you're feeling sad. Are you feeling sad because of arguments? You can't see clearly? Or you have to make a choice between two things, two paths, two people. I mean, I don't know, I'm just spitting everything out there so that way you can make sense of it, because ultimately you would be the only one to truly understand what it all means for you. I'm going to get you the meaning of the Three of Air as to why it says a great sadness, time to heal, the need to forgive yourself and others. All right, so the definition of it: something has occurred that makes you sad. This may be a current situation or something from your past that has lingered and continued to distress you. Trust that the sadness will pass and you'll eventually see the situation's purpose in your life. Take time to heal. Release painful memories and move bravely forward. Action. Forgiveness is a powerful healer. Don't hold on to your energy of don't hold on to the energy of past disappointments or conflict. Don't hold on to that. Remember to forgive yourself for the choices you might wish you've made differently. Oof. You did the best that you could at the time, and allow yourself to move on. The additional meanings to this card is misunderstandings, loneliness, relationship concerns, and painful revelations. Whatever this period is right now for you Capricorns, I'm going to say that let's hang on to this here, because this is what's most important, right? And although it starts off saying great sadness, don't take it like extremely negatively. And the reason why I say that is because the way the reading starts out is the end of a cycle. It's come full circle. A new beginning. The new beginning has already started, and you're contemplating, you're balancing, you're trying to figure out a good balance to all these things. But you're not finding your even footing. You're not being able to stand on even ground. So you have to take action. When you take the action, it's going to suck. I get it. It always sucks when you have to change situations. You got to move forward, whatever the case is. Moving forward from the water sign. The end of a cycle. This lady's not looking towards him anymore. She's moving past it. She's moving forward to brighter things, to seeing more clearly. But you gotta allow yourself to heal. I don't know, Capricorn. Please leave me comments and let me know if this resonates for anybody, because I don't really want to feel like it's a failed message. I want to see, if I did right by you. But sometimes these cards come out the way they come out. But I'll ultimately say that I like to give homework during the reading, so that way you can kind of focus your energy towards one thing that this message says. And I would say that you really need to work. If it means that you have to work on forgiveness, so that way it takes you from being unbalanced to being balanced, or Look within. Don't cloak your eyes anymore. Don't be blind to it. That's done. That's a thing of the past. The argument's a thing of the past. You have to leave this behind, right? So that way you can gain the strength. You can be highly intuitive and fertile and create the things you want and stand strong. But it's gonna take action and it's gonna take hard work. But nonetheless, who are you? Yeah, man. Sorry, I moved the camera. Sunflowers, the way they grow is they grow facing the sun. You've got this, the second card is the sun. So you'll grow from it all. Because you're depicted as the sunflower. You're going to grow from all of this. Because even from the start of it, where you're left here almost like, oh my God, balancing two things. How am I going to do this? He's not in the best of clothing. He's in shabby clothing. His emotions are very rocky. He can't find solid footing. So now it's like a progression of strength. That same symbol, I lost the thing I was using to point. The same symbol that's in the Two of Pentacles, the infinity, balancing and balancing and balancing whatever two factors that might have been when I said them, whether it's the relationship, the family, the career, the family, whatever two things you're trying to balance, you ultimately end finding the balance and wearing it almost as if it would be your crown. So strong that you can tame a lion, and this is how you transition in the reading. So beautiful, my gosh. But it all is going to take action and hard work. Don't stay in your head in a negative way. Stay in your head as this woman would, as if the insight that she's gained throughout it all, she wears it on her crown. Like she knows all, but it's all hidden behind the curtain. She tells no one. And in that you gain strength and you become fertile to create whatever you'd like through this fertile energy. It's amazing. That's really great. It really is. I'm just really sorry that you're going through this period of sadness. Take time to heal. The need to forgive yourself and others. All right, Capricorn. Take it easy. Like whatever's going on right now, there are great things to come. This is your new beginning. Just don't operate from a negative standpoint, negative thoughts. New beginnings, they suck sometimes, but they're needed because they make us who we are ultimately in the end. The beautiful people who we're destined to become. Sometimes we gotta go through some real shitty things to get there. Excuse my French. Alright, Capricorns, this is my over and out. I hope it made sense to you. Ciao, guys. Until next time. Bye.